Well, welcome to the Hear Me Out podcast. I'm Lachie, I'm one of your hosts, and this is Charlie.
Hello.
And we've got matching Crocs.
Woo, let's go.
Because that's what you do when you host a podcast. We are super pumped to be here for the first ever episode. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm so excited. For our first episode, we've actually got Mitch and Layla. So excited to have you guys here. Obviously, in the promo, you would have heard that we are going to get some youth kids on, but we're just trialing things out. So we thought we'd start with a few leaders just while we get things sorted.
That's it. This is like the pilot episode, and we're just going to work it out, but it's going to be a heap of fun. And so, Hear Me Out is what we've called the pod, and that's because we want to create a space where it is safe for you to be heard and to share what you're thinking, because we live in a world where it's harder and harder to share what you think without, getting challenged or without other people thinking something else. And so here at the Hear Me Out podcast, we're trying to create a space where we can just talk and be real and hear each other out and hold that space. And so I'm super excited. I can't wait for when we get some youth kids on. And this first run with the leaders over the next couple of episodes is going to be great. And so we're going to get into it, and we're going to start a tradition. It's episode 1, and this is a tradition we're going to run through with, which I'm pretty excited about. And so every episode, we're going to start by asking a question. And so Gwen, our lovely producer, has put our first question together. And you guys are going to answer it. And then at the end of this episode, you're going to ask a question that will go to the next episode. Okay? And it'll just go on and on. So Charlie, you've got today's episode in an envelope for them. In an envelope, as per usual. But
thank you very much. Sealed really well.
It is.
Oops.
It's a major flaw.
Yeah, it's okay. Got it open. And we're both answering this.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Where would you go to get the best hot chips? That's a good question.
Good question.
Great question.
Yeah. What do you think?
Best hot chips.
Chips.
I think it depends what chips you like, because there can be your thick, crispy chippies. Yeah. And then there's your thin, stringy chippies that are probably that long.
The long boys.
The long boys. I know. I'm going to say the most recent chippies I've had. They were at Lovett's in Calbar.
Ooh.
And that is a niche reference, and I love it.
It is. But they have really good seasoning on them.
Okay.
But they're long, stringy boys.
Yeah. Long, stringy boys.
I don't mind them. But then when my dad was having lunch with me, he had some other chips. It must have been a different batch. Right. But they were pretty decent. They weren't long, stringy boys, but they were if you sliced up a potato and just tried to make chippies.
Well.
Yeah.
Lovett's?
Lovett's
in Calbar.
Yeah, 2 T's.
There you go.
Interesting.
Yep.
I'd have to say just the good old IGA.
Classic.
Yeah. Just call up IGA and it's 5 minutes away.
IGA is in the hot box chips at the local IGA, or your frozen ones you're cooking?
No, the hot box ones. Yeah.
The hot box
not
IGA
just frozen
chips.
Yeah,
that's more valid.
Yeah.
I thought for sure we were going to get KFC or
I would say Hungry
KFC.
Jack's.
But we got Lovett's and IGA, and I love it.
It's unique.
Keep it local.
You reckon Hungry Jack's?
Yeah, probably.
I think KFC are better than Hungry Jack's.
Or I won't get
Red
that.
Rooster is actually pretty good. I reckon the best chips on the Gold Coast, Fat Chicken. Yeah.
Which is?
It's
in James
It's just
Street.
a little chicken shop called Fat Chicken.
Yeah.
And it's good. All the kids go there. And it's fantastic.
I'm going to have to
Fat
try
chicken.
it now.
You got to try it.
Fat chicken.
Anyway, we have got a big show in store, and we've got lots to cover. And so we're going to get on with it.
In a world that can be quick to judge and slow to listen, the Hear Me Out podcast is a safe space to explore different perspectives and hear each other out.
All right, so something we're going to do each episode, because not all of us actually know each other, is we're going to start with a little bit of an icebreaker. And so today, we're gonna play impromptu tribal war. And so I've got youth tonight, and I don't have a game plan, but I have 4 things in my youth cupboard. and I want you to tell me what game we could play with. That was 3. This is 4. With these 4 things, okay? So I've opened my youth cupboard, and I've got a roll of masking tape. I've got some rope. I've got some pool noodles, and a stack of 40 chairs. What could I play?
What are we going to do?
Oh my gosh.
So you got tape.
Tape. Rope.
Tape.
Tape's very
Pool
versatile.
Pool noodles and chairs.
Yeah.
I haven't had much experience planning youth nights, so
Well,
See, the
I
only
don't
thing I
know.
have in my mind is something that involves like chasing and whacking
I think
in like
Yes.
in like a snakes and ladders not like kind of deal, but like
yeah.
you have the chairs in a way of form, like a maze kind
Yeah.
of deal.
It's like a maze with pool noodles.
Yeah.
Little noodles
And then you whack people.
yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
and then
That's
there's
all I
people
got
that
in
are
my
like
head.
snakes whacking you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's solid.
That's
And
a
you
10
have
out
to
of 10
climb
youth
the
night.
chairs as like a ladder.
Yep.
Yo,
Building, that's teamwork right there.
that's wild.
We can plan some good youth nights, I
Definitely
reckon.
could. Definitely could.
I think that, yeah. Snakes and ladders.
So today we are talking about meeting and following Jesus, which I feel like is a pretty good place to start at the beginning of our faith journey. And so each of these episodes, as we jump into the topic, we're going to try and look at a Bible passage or a story in the Bible that helps illustrate what we're going to talk about. And so as we talk about meeting Jesus, which is often not when we expect it, or in many different weird and wonderful ways sometimes, Zacchaeus is a great example of that. And so Zacchaeus is, the story goes in the Bible, Zacchaeus is a tax collector and Jesus is coming into the town and Zacchaeus is quite short, right? And so he wants to see Jesus, but he can't see him over the crowd. He's a short king. And so he climbs up this tree to see Jesus. And amongst all of these people, Jesus stops and sees and finds Zacchaeus in the tree and says, he says, I'm coming to your place, basically, right? And so Jesus goes to Zacchaeus' house and they have this conversation. And out of that encounter with Jesus, Zacchaeus is changed and has this new identity as he comes out the back end of that encounter with Jesus. And so we see multiple stories like that in the Bible where people encounter Jesus when they don't expect it or in different moments. And I bet you that Zacchaeus probably didn't even think he was going to get noticed in the tree. And yet he got singled out. And so as we start this conversation and as we think about where Jesus met us, what's your story? Where did you first meet Jesus?
It's hard to say because, like, well, as you can tell from the accent, I'm from Canada, but like we came out here to plant a church, and so I kind of knew God and Jesus through my entire life. But I think it's kind of where you made it your own, and for me that was probably there's many times, but I think the main one that I can really hone in on is like a gents camp, where like just being in a space where there's so many like influential men to encourage you along that, and you're like, yeah, this is legit.
Yeah.
And so you're like, I want some of that, and I want that to be mine, you know?
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, I definitely think I'm pretty young. I'm only 18. I just graduated high school, but I feel like growing up, I was in like a Christian family and went to church, went to Christian schools, and that definitely opened a lot of doors for me. But I didn't really want a relationship with God until maybe like year 9 in school when I went to a fuse camp actually. And it definitely opened my eyes and opened my heart to having a relationship with God and experiencing his love for me and just his plans for my life. And that was definitely the first steps into knowing him and having a life for Jesus.
It's always so cool to hear how people like encountered Jesus at first. I'm really interested in how you guys have found that Jesus has pursued you.
Gee, that's a good one. I had some notes for it. But how has Jesus pursued you? I think it's acknowledging when like you need him, and in that's kind of like a sign of him pursuing you. Like when you're at like a low point and you need God the most, and you're like, yeah, no, I need his patience, his love, his kindness in this situation. And God's kind of just like, here I am. And it's like, that's him just kind of like waiting for you to open that handleless door and waiting for you to be like, yep, I want you now. And bring him into your life kind of deal. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think I feel in like all the decisions in my life, I feel the weight of his just his wisdom on me, and it's like he's pursuing me to make the right decisions in my life and just leading me down the right path in just little things, any little sign that I get from the people around me even, and my community as well. He's pursuing me through those little signs and symbols. But yeah.
That's great. We when you first encountered Jesus, or when he met you, obviously there's like a transition point, like, and maybe it's not as drastic as Zacchaeus, but for you, what do you think was maybe the hardest thing about shifting your life, or hardest thing when you fully decided to make it your own, or when you were like, oh, this is actually something I want to put my faith in and take seriously?
It's not been a very like quick switch for me. It's been very gradual, and like the more and more I learn about God and read the Bible and go to church and worship, I think the more my heart longs to just do things for his glory, and it's definitely a gradual experience. So for me,
I think for me, like the changes that it had were probably like when I sort of brought it to be my own. I think it was just kind of owning it and wearing it on your sleeve and not being ashamed of it. I don't know if that really answers your question, but I don't know. Yeah, definitely not a quick change of being like, oh, yep, here we are. Yep, I'm a Christian now. Cool. Let's run this and whatnot. Like, it's not like an instantaneous change, but no doubt there are instantaneous changes in people. Yeah. And I mean, the proof is in the pudding, and how you act and how you represent yourself in all situations. Yeah. So,
Yeah, great answers, guys. And I think that we can see through Zacchaeus again that when he encountered Jesus, he had this radical change of identity. How do you guys feel that your walk with Jesus and getting to know him has changed your identity and how you see yourselves?
I think for me it's more of like how I attack situations, like whether it's like a stressful situation or like a task, say at work, where the boss might be like stressed or angry or like a little bit on a short fuse. You're just like, breathe in, breathe out. Just patience rather than kind of like blowing up like what a worldly person would do. Like, I don't know, just patience being infused into my persona. Well, that's very wordy, but no, just being calm, cool, and collected. Yeah. And I don't know. That's probably a main one for me. It's like if I didn't have Jesus in my life, I reckon I'd be a pretty short-tempered bloke. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely patience is something I identify with, and I think it's very important in every aspect of your life to be patient. even like all of the fruits of the Spirit, you need all of them to be walking like Jesus did. And like he's the role model for all of us, and we want to identify with him in everything. And I'd say he's a big part of my life, number one.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Tell me more about the fruits of the Spirit.
Off the top of my head,
You know the song
the song.
that reminds you?
I know there's gentleness, patience, self-control.
Yeah.
I can
Forgiveness.
only say them in order.
Yeah, that was not in order.
Do you want me to say them?
Yeah, you say them.
Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control.
Yeah.
I always miss like the last four.
Yeah, I know. Just, yeah.
I work with kids. I have to remember the song.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
And so as you, obviously there's a transformation point where you meet Jesus and you encounter him, but then it's an ongoing journey. And it's an ongoing journey of walking with him and growing and growing in the fruits of the Spirit and whatnot. And so as you are on that journey with him, what are some important habits that you have implemented in your life to keep you on that journey with him?
Number one is just prayer. Prayer is the most important, I think. And it helps you just stay connected with God, even when you're feeling lost. And reading your Bible, that's also very important. It's a good way to learn from other people's stories and, have those experiences that you may not have had to learn from in your own life. And, worship as well. Worshipping is a good way to stay grounded and know how to keep yourself locked on God, really. But yeah, that's my habit.
That's good.
I think for me, what I'm trying to do consistently is welcoming him into my day. And like for me, I like praying before every meal. I know it's not some people's regular occurrence, but for me, I love just praying each morning before breakfast and just getting into it. Prayer all the time, doesn't matter where it is. Can be informal, can be quick, doesn't matter. Just continual engagement and welcoming God in. Being surrounded with like youth groups and just good quality people that'll build you up. I think that's a massive thing too.
For sure.
Yeah, great answers again, guys. I just think, like, before we wrap up and before we conclude, I just have one more question for you. And it's, what is like the biggest thing that you see different between yourselves as you walk with Jesus and people who walk in the world?
It's an awesome question.
Yeah.
Biggest difference. Well, I think for me, like, you can see that we as Christians have hope. This world isn't the loveliest place to be in if you really look at it solidly. You look at all the things, you're like, nah, there's no hope here. But as Christians, like, there's hope, and there's an end goal, and that the reward at the end of this life is the best out. Like, it is worthwhile spending your life following Christ. I know, hope is it.
It's good.
Great answer.
Yeah, great answer. I agree. I think we don't have a fear of, well, some people may and some people may not, but like, we've got less of a fear of judgment from the world, and we put ourselves out there and just like even evangelizing and making God known to others through our actions as well, and just being kinder people in everything we do.
It's great. Makes a huge difference. And so as we wrap up and we reflect on the story of Zacchaeus and and our own journeys, I think it's just important to remember that Jesus is always pursuing us, even when we least expect it. And so maybe you haven't met Jesus yet, maybe you have, but he wants to meet you wherever you're at, whether you're in a tree or some other weird and wonderful place. Jesus wants to meet you. And when he does, it's a transformational experience and it'll change your life. Yeah, it's great. Well, that brings us to the end of our first episode of the Hear Me Out podcast. And so we hope you enjoyed it at home. And if you're listening along, make sure you check out the Fuse app. It's back. It's been tidied up and it's looking great. And on there, along with the episodes, you'll find some reflection questions. And so they're a great way as you listen to these episodes to just spend some time reflecting on what you've learnt or what God's been saying to you through that. And so make sure you just take 5 minutes to read those questions and jot down some answers. And then if there's someone that you are journeying with in your life, whether it's a leader or a mentor, I'd love to encourage you to just, share what you're learning with them and as we continue to grow together. So yeah.
Obviously, you guys can also watch the videos. And if
Yes.
you are watching the videos, there's some little Easter eggs in each episode. There's a bunch of them in this one. I've got a little baby Jesus here. Locke's got a baby Jesus on his mic. There's a little Zacchaeus baby Jesus in the bush. And there's another Zacchaeus little baby Jesus hanging off the vine over there. Yeah, we have lots of them. And there's one in each episode. So if you want to keep your eye out for that, that's a fun way to try and...
Keep an eye. They're hiding.
They are hiding.
There's
In a
only
different
one in
spot.
each.
There's
lots
one
of-
in each episode.
Okay. We've got to
So
keep
there's
Gotta
an eye.
find it.
4 in this episode.
Yeah.
There's
but there'll
4
be
in this
one
one.
Extra.
next.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And we got one last order of business, and that's for you to ask the first question that we're going to pass on to our crew in episode 2. So what do you want to ask? It can be anything.
Okay, this is very random. Probably not as random as some of the other questions are going to be. But if you were a fish,
Yeah.
what body of water would you live in?
That
What a
is a
question.
good question.
Oh, what a question.
Great
Love it.
question. Yeah.
Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for joining us on this
Thank you.
pilot episode.
worries.
We hope you enjoy, and we'll see you next week.